It's a Sebon Podcast Show. It's a Sebon Podcast Show. Everybody's welcome. Peace and love. It's a Sebon Podcast Show. Bam, we're live.
Bam, we're live. I don't even know how to say this word. Ephesians? What the Is there anyone on the show with me? Did I not make this live? Are we live? Testing? Is this mic on? Ah, yes, there we are. Disseldinger. Good to see you. Jeffrey Birchfield sent this to me. I think he's being subtle, yet not so subtle. What's up, asymmetric ears? Dennis, what's up? Clock, hey, bam, you're live. Brianna, Roni, Dos. I just was about to go to bed. Justin, oh, they're coming in. Oh, Wad Zombie, what's up, dude? Good evening. Eric Cootley. Pool boy. Jeffrey Birchfield. Jeffrey Birchfield sent me a DM today. I don't normally read other people's DMs they send me, but I think he'll be more than okay with this. It says Ephesians. Am I reading that right? Ephesians. Ephesians 4:29. Don't use foul or abusive language. Let everything you say be good and helpful, so that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them. And he says, interesting piece of scripture. I think he's telling me, like, hey, Sevi, you've been getting a little fucking out of hand lately. Bam, we're live. What's up, Alex? Alex Mallard. Where is she? Cherry, hi. Bedtime story with Sevi. You know, those are great. That's great. I needed to hear that, actually. It was good. It was really good. Very, very, very good. Because I agree. 100%. Greg sent this to me today. And I thought it was so appropriate with what Jeffrey had sent to me. And I had spoke with Greg about this the other day on the show. I tried to paraphrase what he said. But then today he sent me this. We were flying back from Boston together. And he was sitting in the seat in front of me, and he handed his phone back to me, and he goes, look at this. And this was an idea he had shared with me a couple weeks ago. We set ourselves to achieve a society which would be maximally tolerant. But that resolve not only gives maximum scope to the activities of those who have set themselves to achieve the maximally intolerant society. So you get that? So if we're a maximum tolerant society, then we've set ourselves up to accept the maximally intolerant. It also, and more importantly, paralyzes our powers of resistance to them. Meaning, the racists, the homophobes, the anti-Semitics, the child molesters, we're setting ourselves up to be maximum tolerant. That's what we want to be. We have the greatest country in the world with the greatest diversity. It was funny. I was just looking at the map the other day of Europe, and I'm like, holy fuck, this is just one giant racist continent. Not like that they are racist, but like every one of those countries is set up and divided and segregated by race and ethnicity. And that's cool. That's a great, I don't mind that experiment. It's not the experiment we're running in this country. And yet we're most critical of this country for being racist. And yet this is where the experiment's being run. Those countries, it's like, yeah, it's cool. Poland's going to be racist and ethnically divided and segregated. And it's cool. That's a cool experiment too. And it's working. It also, and more importantly, paralyzes our powers of resistance to them. Meaning, like, if we're maximally tolerant, like, where do we draw the line? Like, okay, minor attracted persons. Okay, we accept the pedophiles. And evidently must do so. So we must, and these people who are just using words like equity and replacement of equality in order to justify the crazy people. We've let the crazy people in, right? We have the head of health in the United States is a tranny, who we all know is mentally ill, and yet for some reason it's the head of our health. and evidently must do so. It is this logical problem, as much as anything, which has nullified internal resistance in the West to communist power. So there has to be a line, right? And that's the part. Like, you can be communist in this country, it just can't be in the it can't be what's used to rule us. It's the thing where they keep confusing the importance of democracy versus liberty. We need our liberties. Democracy is a distant second. We need our liberties. And anyway, so there's this on one side, there's Jeffrey Birchfield, who sends me this beautiful Bible verse that says we must use kind language. And they're not mutually exclusive. You could do both. I don't have to come on here and be like calling people cucks and morons. And although it's a great bit, I do enjoy it. It's funny. But on the other hand, I don't want to alienate anyone who has a chance to get red pilled. The greatest country in the world. It's so cool living here. Could be imagine living in one of these segregated racist countries. Boy, oh boy. Anyway, thank you, Jeffrey, for that. That was good. It's good to know. Hear God's words once in a while fall into my DMs. What a great land. What a great land. Janelle, what's up? How are you? Are the boys asleep? Excuse me. I'm back home for a day or two. Then I'm going on a 10-day beach excursion. I'm already anxious because my boys, for the last 8 months, our schedule has not been as tight as it needs to be because of just so many injuries, so many like physical injuries. And then now we're leaving for 10 days, and I just like being on schedule. And now we're going away for 10 days. And normally when we go away for 10 days, like, I'll have scheduled all this stuff for them to do there, like visit pro skaters or work out in jiu-jitsu gyms where we're going. But this time I'm trying to really just make it just a decompression trip. I wonder if it's going to work. I'm going to order a keyboard and have it sent to where we're staying so the boys can play piano. Bring the wetsuits. I left a surfboard at this house last time we were there. Hopefully it's still there. So, I watched a little bit of the event in San Antonio, the Wheel Wild, the CrossFit Games for the adaptive divisions. Fantastic. I'm obviously biased towards Bill Grunler. I love listening to his commentary. It was so fun watching Tim compete. I didn't get to see much besides the short stature division. I was tripping that there was a dude in there. I don't know if you guys saw him, that I was like, that dude does not look like a dwarf. But I guess I didn't know this, but I guess there's within the short stature division, there's small, medium, and tall, or small, medium, and large. But within that division, there were 3 sizes. I didn't know that. And I guess Tim and Mikey Swoosh and Blaze are in the medium division. But there was a dude in there that looked like, I was like, what do you mean? That guy looks taller than me. Maybe I should be in the short stature division. And then I watched a bunch of the, I shouldn't say a bunch. I watched about the same amount of the Wadapalooza event in Southern California. And I thought Chase and John fucking killed it. And Pedro killed it. And I didn't hear Brian do his bit, but man, the reviews are great. Like 3 people DM me and people took screenshots of comments, and I guess he absolutely killed it. I guess he walked around with his iPhone. And when I did, what did I do with him? I did something with them somewhere. Oh, Zealous Games. He was on fire. I'd never even heard anything like that in the CrossFit space. He was amazing. And then I did Crash with him one year, and he did good. He 50% of the time he was great at Crash, and 50% of the time he was lazy. He didn't really fulfill his obligations there. But when he was on, I mean, I think it's fair to say he's unique in his skill set. That's for sure. Yeah, Brian was good. Yeah. And then today when I was flying home, uh someone in my DM sends me a link so I can watch Chicago Bears games. Last year I spent like over $500 to watch Bears games, and I could only watch 2 of them because whatever money I spent, it still didn't get me the access. The NFL ticket or Prime lunch packet or whatever I bought wasn't effective. So now someone in my comments sends me a link, and I was able to watch the Chicago Bears game today. I was able to watch a little bit of the third quarter and all of the fourth quarter. And man, you know what's so interesting about that commentary? It's just so honest. It's funny, we think of corporate America as being like sellouts, but it's just so honest. It's so much more honest than our commentary. Like, they'll be like, the commentators will be arguing about whether a guy tipped the ball or not on the kick, or whether the referee did a good job, or whether when the guy was offsides, if he was drawn off by the long snapper. And it was just I really just appreciated the honesty of it. Not that not that our commentary is dishonest, but, it's because we're one big family, and there's this weirdness if you say anything contentious or push back on someone or something that would be offensive. And that's holding us back. That's the same thing with the leadership that I was referencing. Like, that's what's so cool. Like, Dana White and Merab Gilashvili are friends, and Merab's a great representative of the UFC, but Dana can still call him a moron for letting the fighter who he was fighting before the fight know that he had a cut above his eye and a scar that was susceptible to being reopened. And why would you want to reveal that on your Instagram? And so Dana called him out on that. Like, hey, dude, why are you showing where you're weak? And for some reason, we in the CrossFit space think that that's like, you know, we think that's like offensive or something. Like, when Haley Adams was at the game, she looked absolutely fantastic. And Caleb mentioned just quickly in passing, "Oh, Haley has boobs now." And we got some people saying, "Hey, that's like inappropriate." And it's like, dude, everyone can see it. Like, how is it inappropriate? It's not even negative. How we're never gonna grow if that's what we're doing, if that's what we're protecting. Like, who cares? Who cares? Just let it, like, it's fine. Like, how is it that it's negative to say someone, like, if there was an offsides in a football game and the referees missed it, the commentators would be all over it. And yet for some reason, when every 4 days Andrew Hiller puts out a video showing that, like, something a judge missed or something, he's seen as an asshole. It's like, dude, every single football game I've ever watched has that critiquing in it. Like, what are we doing? I did hear that the reason that video was pulled down of Seher Kai reading the iPad had nothing to do with Danielle Brandon or Seher Kai or her management. It was that the documentary team wanted to save that as a spicy part for their documentary, which is pretty cool. I mean, I understand that. I mean, I'm glad it still leaked out, and I'm glad we showed it, but that makes more sense. That makes more sense. Filmmakers are looking for juicy stuff to reveal. By the way, I did see Patrick Rios. He and Will Branstad are the ones editing the behind the scenes that I shot this year. And I passed off another hard drive to Patrick Rios of the behind the scenes I shot for the NorCal Classic. And So he'll be editing that. He's gonna make that a priority. Hopefully he'll do that quickly. Whew, why am I short of breath? Must have been that last booster. Oh shit, is that a termite? There's a bug on my light. Stand by. You know termites because they have 4 wings. You know how most insects like will have 2 wings, or dragonflies will have 4 wings? Termites look like ants, but with 4 wings. And once you see a termite, once you become termite conscious, you'll know, especially in California, because it's so funny. There could be millions of them flying in the air, and until someone points them out to you, you won't even see them. But I became termite conscious, I don't know, 20 years ago. But when we get our first rain, every time in California after we get our first rain, the termites start pouring out. It's crazy how many people don't see them. But once you see one and you know what you're looking for, and you can trace them back to their nest, it's kind of like, imagine a red gas, a red gas coming out of a hole in the ground. It's like you can like follow them and see where the swarm gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and then you can go to the ground and you can see them pouring out. It's pretty amazing. Gazillions of termites. You know what I brought into my office today? I brought this. This is termites are the largest are the deadliest natural disaster on the planet, more than volcanoes, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes. Most costly natural disaster on planet Earth. Facts. Do you guys know what this is in this box? Does anyone want to guess? Anybody? Ah, yes, keeping it real. A box, yes, a box. A box, a dick in a box. Not necessarily a dick in a box, but it's a box. Not drugs. No, not drugs. Oh, Nelly. Wow. Wow. Noble shoes. Great guess. Let me read from the Tao Te Ching quickly. When a country is in harmony with the Tao... No, let me pick a second one. Let me pick one. I don't normally pick from this 10. When taxes are too high, people go hungry. When the government is too intrusive, people lose their spirit. Act for the people's benefit. Trust them. Leave them alone. Oh, the Tao is libertarian. Here we are, the box. The box. If you don't have this book, this is the Stephen Mitchell translation. I was watching Jeffrey Adler today. Man, what a beast. All the athletes were just absolutely amazing today. I loved their outfits too. I loved everything the women were wearing. I thought the men's shirts were like a little too loose, or something was like kind of weird with them. I like their shorts, but the women's outfits were awesome. Everyone looked great. It was a much better event than I thought. I did think I didn't see Gracie compete. Was Gracie there? I didn't see her. Was Gracie on one of those teams? I didn't even see Gracie once. I thought Tia looked fucking amazing. No, not a new microphone. I thought Tia looked absolutely incredible. A new microphone in here? No, that's a great guess. My favorite, yeah, Danielle looked amazing. Yeah, Danielle looked fucking incredible. I I really liked the event yesterday where they had the 4 workouts and you just plug people into them, and it was variations of muscle ups and cleans, power cleans. For those of you who didn't see it, basically it would be like 9 muscle ups and 5 power cleans at different weights, and you'd be like, okay, I'm putting Justin Medeiros in there. And then it would be like 20 muscle ups and 5 power cleans, but at different weights. Okay, I'm putting, whoever, Scott Panchik in there. And so you picked who you wanted to do. And there were 4 workouts or 5 workouts, all the same basically, but just slight variations on muscle ups and weights of the power cleans. And then you plugged your dudes in, and then you looked over and saw who the other team plugged in, and then they went one at a time. It was tits. And maybe I just don't like team competition, but that I was glued. Yeah, keeping it real, awesome event. Yeah, Unknowable. Yeah, they were fun races. That was great. I just ordered California Peptides on Friday, BPC and TB 500 for shoulder. Smart. Might as well get some CJC 1295. If you get that, you need to get the one that's has 3 other letters with it. I don't know if anyone I know is going to Rogue. I don't know. I'm a little nervous opening this. It's the Pro 1. The Pro 1X. Oh, it's the 7. I think this comes in a 3, 5, and a 7. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that is so funny. There's a shower strap. Oh, my goodness. Oh, look. Dude, the exerciser comes with a lock, so you can lock your case, dude. So if anyone finds your case, dude, they can't get into it. Hey, listen, if you find something in someone's bathroom with a lock on it, that means it's a dick pump. That's hilarious. I'm going to have someone from the company. Sousa told me that we're going to have someone from the company on soon. I've never been more interested in having a sponsor on the show. Usually I don't want the sponsors on the show. I prefer to keep them kind of mysterious. I like it just that Gabe just calls in or Sarah just calls in. Should I pull the whole thing out? Should I get in the shower now? Take you guys live in the shower? Wow, it's like a light bulb. It feels sturdy. There's some shit written on it. Exerciser Pro X. I can't find the English translation. Oh. Designed to be used in the shower or bathtub. Designed to be used in the shower or the bathtub. Utilizing the amazing power of water, exercise hydropumps gives the user an erection in a completely safe, comfortable manner, and remain the most sophisticated external penile rigidity device available, manufactured using state-of-the-art, dermatologically tested materials. Exerciser hydropumps are certified as skin-safe, latex-free, some chemical-free, like the one that turns frogs into male frogs into female frogs, free and covered by comprehensive 2-year guarantee. 2-year guarantee. Oh, where did I? Okay. You guys ready? Jesus. There's a crazy manual. I didn't know it made you hard. Let me see this user's guide. This better be easy. Oh, do you think there's a quick start section? Hydro pump. So you just attach a tube to it. Oh, no, it's just a bunch of one. Wow. God, why is the writing so small? We stayed at the Four Seasons in Boston. Nice place, right? And the restaurant there, it was dark and the writing on the menu was so tiny. Or I'm just old. Because when my dad started losing his hearing, he would say stuff like, quit mumbling. And I'm like, dude, no one's mumbling. You're losing your hearing. So I asked Souza or Rios, I was like, hey, is this writing small? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. The tube. I think, or wait. Oh. What's this? Fuck it. I don't know how to do that part. Okay. Smells clean. They sent me a new one. Oh, shit. Here's the pump. I wonder how this thing hooks up to your shower. All right, here it is. The exerciser. Wow. This is the exerciser 7. All right. There it is. It's quality. It's like sturdy. I guess it comes with a strap so you don't have to hold it on your penis for 15 minutes. Like I'm guessing you put the strap around it, you put it around your neck so you can just stand there. Yeah, it uses water. It uses water. It's some sort of like pressure release valve. Where does this go? I don't know. I'm going to have to read the instructions. Hey, if you ever see this off my shelf, you know that what happened. Where can you put it up here? I should put the chocolate dick in it. Yeah, it's not a bong. Oh, that would be funny to turn it into a bong. All right, I open my exerciser. I pop the cherry. And hopefully I'll have someone from the company on soon. We can talk about all the accoutrement, including the lock. The lock is a nice touch. That needs to be a sub clip. Haley, make that a sub clip, please. Unboxing the exerciser. Get the exerciser now. CrossFit 20 for 20% off. So I was at I went to Boston and I heard Thomas Seyfried speak. If you have not, this lecture that I heard Thomas Seyfried give is probably one of the most profound lectures I've ever heard. Greg's lecture was also completely off the hook and amazing. There was also a psychiatrist there who's been working at Harvard for 30 years, and he gave a talk. It was very interesting listening to a psychiatrist talk versus two scientists talk like Greg and Thomas Seyfried. It was a very clear example of the difference of science that's done with measurements versus science that's done with surveys. Very different. Very, very different. Calling Anjol Akaida. No, I'm not calling anyone. It was just a last minute decision to come on. I trained with the boys. My plane landed at 11:30. I drove home with Greg from San Francisco to my house. Got here around 2. I worked out with the boys. Then, first I took a nap. Then I worked out with the boys. Then I took a shower and I went to dinner with my mom and my nephew. and the kids. Then I came home. Boys and I worked out again. Hobby's an absolute freak of nature, ambidextrous freak of nature. And I had him stand on the slack box with one foot, and I just throw balls at him, and he catches them with his right and left hand and throws them back at me, and then switches legs. And we do all one hand catches, two hand catches, underhand throws, overhand throws, but it's crazy. It is really hard to stand on that slack box. You get so much. There's so much because you're just balancing on one foot, and the slack box, moves around because it's just a piece of foam, and you get so much, such crazy ankle, calf, glute. There's so much shit firing. Yeah, this is Thomas Seyfried, Jeffrey. If when BSI, or what's the name of their company, MetFit, when MetFit finally posts this video, this is the best. I've never seen him be so declarative. He's getting to the point when he talks about cancer that they're going to come after him. I mean, he was showing us stuff about cancer and ketosis, and it's just so obvious that it's not. Basically, for those of you who don't know, one of the most compelling pieces that Thomas Seyfried said is that you can take the nucleus from a cancer cell and put it into another cell, and that cell won't have cancer. The cancer won't spread. And yet all the trillions of dollars that are spent on cancer research make that presupposition that that's a fact, that it's a disease that starts in the nucleus of a cell. But you can take a mitochondria from a cancer cell and put it into another cell, and the cancer will spread. And he has 100 different, points like that. But that basically shows you that Otto Warburg, who won the Nobel Prize for fucking discovering shit like this, we had Sam Apple on, a couple of years ago, the guy who wrote the book on Otto Warburg, and he won the Nobel Prize. Cancer is a metabolic disease. If you go get cancer treatment from an oncologist, he will think you're batshit crazy. Doesn't he say that in his book, Thomas Seyfried? Yeah, but most people don't read his book. His book's fucking crazy. You got to fucking have a brain the size of you got to have a massive brain to say it, to understand it. I don't even know if I explained it right. I wouldn't let my kids do full contact football. I won't let them fight, like strike. I don't think I'll let them strike to the head. Oh shit, I don't do Facebook. Damn. Lisa Gall just sent me a cool link from Facebook, but Facebook doesn't really work for me. Every time I click on the link, it wants me to sign in, and I don't know how to do all that. I'm speaking to anyway, so I came home, and then after dinner I came home, worked out with the boys again, and then they were watching a movie. My wife was folding clothes, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go just check in with the homies. Oh yeah, he goes through all of this. 9% of cancer research is misled according to his writings. I mean, he goes through all of it. It's brutal. So, congratulations to Dylan, the Wadapalooza crew. Look good. Did you guys watch it? What did you guys think? Sevi, I watched the Tony Hinchcliffe video you asked about. Still not sold. Oh, you watched the one where he does the interview with those two guys, and they talk about him getting in trouble for saying fucking chink, and you thought it was cool. You didn't see him as kind of like, it didn't change your perception of him. I'm not talking about the narrative that he spins in there. I'm not talking about whether, he was actually set up or not set up, or whether it was rude or not. Well, yeah, I just thought it was very revealing of his character, just the way. Oh, yes. So you think you think he's cool as shit. Fine. You didn't find him as like, wow, he's a little like, overly self-absorbed and self-obsessed. It was a planned narrative for sure. Yeah, I didn't even, um I don't know what I think about that. Like, sure, okay. I mean, yeah, I believe him. That's fine. But I'm just saying that he revealed things, nuances about his character there that I was like, "Ooh, man, he's a handful. He might not be a very nice person." Not just batty, not just batty, but just overly entitled. Like, l- you know what I saw today? Where's that have you guys seen that CrossFit video where CrossFit drowning YouTube? Have you seen the video? There's this doctor and he's talking about Lazarus' death. Anyway, someone sent me a screenshot of some comments in there today, and I looked at a comment that wasn't even the comment that they told me to look at. God, where is that video? Let me see. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Is CrossFit killing athletes? Surgeon reacts. Now, first of all, the surgeon is he's so he doesn't even have the story right. And then on top of that, his analysis is just completely way off. But he doesn't even have the right data, and then he's giving an analysis, and then his analysis is just so poor. He's just you can tell he's just a big pharma educated stooge. He's not even a real doctor. But um there is like there was a comment in here. There's a comment in here that says that the person who jumped in the water and was told to go back should sue for psychological damages. And it's liked by like 13 people. And stuff like that just bums me out about humanity. Like, really, that's where you go to? You jumped in the water to save Lazarus. They told you to go back. Don't worry about it. And now there's if you have people around you telling you should sue for psychological damages. Hit the reset button on that thought. The last thing you ever want to do is be in any kind of litigation. People are asking when the video contest is going to come to an end. I think we like passed our date. I think we got overwhelmed with entries. I feel so bad for Souza. I've dumped the whole thing off on him. He's fucked. There's 245 videos. People do the craziest thing. Like it's like almost like people hate us. People are like, oh, all my submissions are on Instagram, or people submitted like 40-minute videos, or people submitted stuff from like just one video, or it's just like it's like, can you imagine working at the Goodwill? People probably just drop their trash off there, right? Like, oh, here's 35 bags of poop. Here you go. I'm bringing these to the Goodwill in case anyone wants to use them for. I've been shitting in a bag for the last month in case anyone wants to use this for fertilizer. That's how bad it is. So Souza has to sift through all the morons. It's fucked up. Like, hey, dude, we're not watching a 45-minute video, or we're not going to your Instagram to look at, like, that's not how it works. It's 5 videos, 30 seconds to 90 seconds each. Yeah, exactly. That's what people think. You don't have to pay a fee to dump at Goodwill versus the landfill. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like someone drops off an old hamster cage and their dead hamster's still in it and all the bedding and droppings. And you're like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, HGR CBD Athletics. Don't mind if I do. There were about a dozen people who watched the podcast at this event, the MetFit event at Emily Kaplan's house. Cool house, man. Boston's cool. I mean, I wouldn't want to live there. Purple hairs galore. Reminds me of Berkeley. But man, the homes were cool. Cameron, Sebi, getting the iPhone 16? I did order one or two or three. I don't even know what this means, Jeffrey, but I appreciate it. Sebi, send me a, oh, you didn't even say Sebi. Send me a rating rubric, and I would be glad to help Sousa sift. I didn't. I have nothing to do with broken science at all. Like nothing. Dennis Olari asks, how much content will you be releasing from the broken science event? Sousa works with them, and they got like 5 or 6 other people, but I am just I have no involvement. I didn't know about this event. I found out there's an event in LA in a month. The guy who's having it at his house was at the event and he told me about it. I do know that there is one. What I am involved in strictly as a friend is Greg is putting together a 2-day course that is 10 lectures. It is the Broken Science course. It's to, after taking this 2-day course, you'll have the tools to you'll know what science is finally. Greg's going to define science for you in a way that's entertaining and palatable, and then explain to you where it went wrong, why it went wrong, what damage has been done to the world because it's gone wrong, where it didn't go wrong, like spaceships going into outer space, like Elon's company, why it doesn't go wrong in industry versus why it does go wrong in academia, and then give you basically give you the history and also the tools to spot where bad science yourself. And so that I talk to him a lot about, and I don't really contribute. I just listen. And I think he's trying to make it palatable for a 4th grader. So he knows if I get it, he's like probably at the 7th grade level. So he knows he's almost there. And then I know he's doing an event in January at his house where he's going to do the first beta for the course. And that's how CrossFit started. He just started doing these 2-day courses with 10 lectures, and he did them all himself. And I know he wants to bring in a shitload of people who might want to come to like the next 10 courses and hear it and start to memorize it themselves and then be part of that first level 1 team. That's my guess. And so I hope those I'll be a part of. Not in terms of being smart enough or have a good enough memory to memorize it, or, hold the knowledge to memorize it and be on that team. But I just want to go to all of them. I want to be a part, because I think this is like the beginning of something massive and potent. And I'd like to film all those. So And then like I know that there's like people I know like I'd love to have there's people in the chat like Graciano who I think would be awesome to have there and be a contributor to the project, or someone like Saxon Panchik, people like that. So all right. I don't think Emily Kaplan is Jewish. Did I see that in the questions? I don't think she's a Jew. All right. Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, live call-in show. No guests. Anything else you guys would like to chat about? Anything? Come on. Come on. Glinton's killed it while you were gone. Oh, great. Yeah, I heard their Friday show was off the hook. You know what's funny? I need to share this. I got a DM from someone saying, "Why do you have that fucking tranny on your show?" Blah, 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 just bashing her. And then like 5 minutes later, that person DM me and they're like, "Holy shit, they're good." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." It was a trip. It was a trip.
I heard a joke.
Oh, geez.
Kids walking down the hallway of his house.
He's doing
They're
one.
screaming in his parents' bedroom. Opens the door. There's his father dressed only in chaps. Mother's dressed in a cheerleading outfit with nothing on her, and they're going at it. He says, "Daddy, what's going on?" He says, "Just go to bed, sweetie. I'll tuck you in 20 minutes." 20 minutes later, his father's walking down the hall. He hears screaming in his kid's bedroom. He opens the door. The kid's having sex with his grandmother. He said, "Billy, what the hell are you doing?" He said, "It's not so funny when it's your mother, is it?" Funny her joke.
Oh, geez.
God, that kills, huh? Hello, Seema. Oh, no, you're saying hi to Steven. Oh. All right. Sevi, did you see the clip I sent you? No, I did. How would I see the clip you sent me? I don't even know who you are. Semper Fit. Is that your Instagram name too? Dude, I spent 3 hours on my flight going through my DMs. And I didn't even scratch the surface. It's crazy. If I respond to your DM, you guys should be like, "Holy fuck. That guy has no life." Yeah, Graciano's post with the kneeling muscle snatches have been great. Yeah, they have been pretty crazy. There's another comment in here. Glinton killed it. Shout out to those gals. Yeah, they were great. It was Jeffrey Burstfield. Did someone say what the fuck? Oh yeah, what the fuck? She's not a tranny. I know. I mean, I don't know that, but I believe when I see her, I see a girl. I haven't seen her vagina, but yeah, I believe she's a girl. As much as I believe Jeffrey, you're a boy. But I'm just saying, it was pretty cool because, oh, Tyson video. Oh, Tyson Bajent. Now you got my attention. Oh, maybe I did see that, dude. Hey, is it a Tyson one or is it a Caleb Williams one? DJ Moore. Someone sent me a DJ Moore one that was pretty crazy. It was hard for me to watch because it was on the phone, but I was patient and finally downloaded the whole thing. What were we talking about? Responding. Wait, there was something in here. Damn. Wait, what? Birchfield's a boy? I've told you guys this before. You guys know this. You know this. Oh, it's just cool that someone changed their mind that quickly. Like, that's what I love. Like, this person went so fucking hard against Garrett and was so upset that she was hosting the show. And then within 5 minutes, they DM me again. I just started following this Instagram account. I told you guys before there was no such things as a Palestinian as an ethnicity before 1964. I showed you those documents. It's basically a KGB psyop. They put Yasser Arafat in power, and they started using the term nationality and ethnicity interchangeably. It's the same thing that's happening with sex and gender. And so, and the fucking Republican fucking morons have already fallen for it. Probably half of you guys have fallen for it too. You guys use the word gender wrong. There's only 2 genders. No, there's not, you fucking idiot. That's how they, like, that's the thing. You think you're standing up for something, but you fell for the fucking psyop. And so that's how that works too. That's how the Mexicans were duped. They think they're fucking Mexicans. There's no fucking Mexicans. They turned you into the poster children of Catholicism. You used to worship trees. And now, same thing with Aztecs. There was no such thing as Aztecs either. Yeah, there were no Palestinians it was just a nationality, and they turned it into an ethnicity. And go even further and ask yourself, why aren't any of the other fucking Arab countries letting them in? You know why? Because the other Arab countries are fucking racist as fuck. And the Palestinians are considered like, they're considered, as far as Arabs and Middle Eastern countries go, Muslim countries go, they're ghetto. They're just dangerous. They're the dangerous ones.
That's some good people, bro. Y'all blew out Leslie's water supply today. I seen that
we
shit.
blew up Raza water supply? What do they teach you in Islam
Water
about
supply.
Jewish people that you hate us so much?
Bro, no, it's not that. Israel people were not living in Palestine first, bro.
Israel people are living in Israel. You're
You
right.
guys were all living together.
Explain to me Hebron massacre in 1929 done by the Arabs. Explain that to me. Explain to me
okay.
the countless
Just tell me
massacres
this.
that went from the Muslims towards the Jews.
Was Jewish people there first, or was Palestinian people there first?
Palestinian people didn't exist before 1964.
They did not exist before 1964. What am I if you're not a Mexican? You are a some sort of indigenous person from fucking South America who is raped by Europeans, and then to hide all the raping and pillaging, they gave you your own fucking ethnicity, Mexican. You're not even fucking 300 years old as an ethnicity. You're brand new. You're just part of a fucking psyop. It's not even like I mean it's okay. You can identify as that. I mean yours, they're all made up. At the end of the day, Gino, they're all made up. So it's not like I'm not saying anything like so profound. Like, I say I'm Armenian, but that shit's made up too, right? It's like all dogs come from wolves. But saying you're Mexican is no different than saying red means stop. Like, it's not real. And it's really not real. And so you got to be careful how you're using it. Just making sure. Yeah. I mean, look at your dog, the pit bull. I don't even think the American Kennel Club recognizes that as a purebred, the pit bull. I don't think that's even a real dog. I don't think, though, the American Kennel Club recognizes that as a dog. Let me finish playing this and I'll look that up.
were Arabs. There were Muslims, Christians, and Jews before 1948.
Are you serious?
How many times is Palestine mentioned in the Quran?
No, I don't know.
Palestine is mentioned 0 times in the Quran. Israel is mentioned 44 times in the Quran. In the Quran, it says that the Holy Land belongs
Quran. I want to start saying it like that. Quran.
to the people of Moses. Surah 5:21. O my people, enter the Holy Land which Allah has assigned to you, and do not turn back.
Jerusalem was the first qibla to us, the first place where we prostrate. Now it's the Kaaba.
It wasn't because it was holy to you. Muhammad was trying to get the Jews on board to become Muslims So he went to Medina to try to convert the Jews. So they were praying towards the Holy Land. As soon as he killed the Jews of Haibar, they switched their side and prayed towards Mecca. The moment the Jewish people drop their weapons in Israel, what will happen to them?
Get killed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the punchline. The second the Jews put their weapons down, what's going to happen to them? That's the thing too, man. That's the part, right? The second the Jews put their weapons down, they're going to be killed. That's the thing with that's the same thing with the whole tranny thing here. Like no Republican cares. Like be as tranny as you want, as tranny as you want, as tranny as you want. But if fucking we don't put our guard up and keep you out of fucking children, keep you away from our children, you'll take our children to us, and you want to turn the whole world as trannies. The tolerance doesn't go both ways. It's what I was reading before. We're trying to build this society with maximum tolerance. And what does that mean? That means we're trying to accept people who also have maximum intolerance. And right now, those people are fucking causing a lot of problem. And so they're saying, hey, you're not being tolerant of us. No, what we're not being tolerant of is your actions. Orale. And so where are we going to draw the line? Where do you draw? Where's the line for your intolerance? You know, where is it? Some people, it's the word retard. I have way more tolerance than that. Way more tolerance than that. You know what we should have never tolerated? We should never tolerated young men walking around with their pants down past their butts. How stupid are those boys? Do you know what I saw today in the restaurant? I swear to fucking God. I went into this restaurant. It's like one of the nicest restaurants in my area. Really nice bar, great food, great steaks. It's been around forever. It's called Cafe Cruz. Has an outside patio. Feels like it's owned by like a family, right? Really cool. Got its own style. There's no other restaurant like it. It's just its own cool place. Very clean. Got the heat lamps outside. Never any riffraff in there. A lot of probably I bet you 50% of the people who eat there are Jews. It's probably owned by a Jew. You know, they have steaks and beet salads, and although they have really good shrimp, and I don't know, you know, maybe Jews don't do so much shrimp, but just a cool place, right? Wooden tables outside with the nice slats, comfortable chairs, all that shit, right? There's a lady working there today, a hostess. And she had a really good body, and she was wearing the tiniest dress. So like you could see like her B titties, but they looked more they were maximized out, right? And it was so short that it was so fucking ridiculously short. It was so inappropriate. And she was bringing boosters out one by one to the table next to me for kids who were sitting there. And every time she set the booster down, her dress would come up and show some of that, like a buttocks cottage cheese in her underwear. Like it was shown. I turned to my nephew and I was like, Jesus, I'm like, is that a string hanging out of her underwear? Like you could see her tampon. I was just being like, you know, exaggerating. My mom put her hand on her forehead like, oh, oy vey. But it was crazy. Yeah, but you live in Miami and wear it so people think it's a bathing suit. Sevi describing my day-to-day outfit when I lived in Miami. Yeah, send me a photo of that. This was not appropriate at the restaurant. And she had the nose ring, and you know what? It's crazy. It was crazy. She was probably like a 9, but she presented like a 7. Like she didn't need to do all that. You know what I mean? You know when someone presents and it lowers them? You know, normally you want to be a 7 and present like a 9. I'm really surprised someone at the restaurant hasn't told her. It's not that kind of place. It's not that kind of place. Yeah, it looks like a nice restaurant. Yeah, it's super nice. You looked it up online? Yeah, it's crazy nice. If you're ever in Santa Cruz, that's the place to go. Cafe Cruz. It's cool. And I don't really care. Like, to be honest, I'm glad she's there and dressed like that because it's fun shit for my podcast. I'm like, oh, this could be good little bit for my podcast. But yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah. For sure. I'm the only when I go there, I'm for sure the only person who's not vaccinated. For sure. It's fully everyone's fully boosted there. It's that scene for sure. I mean, I'm trying to think. Normally when I go in there, I'll see people wearing masks. No one. I don't know if other people notice. I don't know. There's always, every time I go in there, there's an obese couple in there. Like an attractive obese couple. Like really obese. Like so fat that their heads are fat. But you can tell like they have thick hair and they're like, it's pretty funny. I'm trying to think if there were, oh my God, there was this chick at, there were a lot of hot chicks at Greg's event. If you guys want to talk about hot chicks. There was a chick there that was so fucking hot, this black chick, that you couldn't fucking like, you couldn't even fucking think straight. Black chick with green eyes. She wearing a tube dress, a brown tube dress. It was absurd. It was absurd. I talked to her for like 3 seconds and came unhinged. Like I'm you go have another drink. I drank sparkling water and Casamigos or Casa Diego's, whatever that tequila is. I woke up that morning and I don't think I ate that morning, and then I went and I basically wanted to wait because I wanted to, after that event, I wanted to come back to the Four Seasons and order a steak. So when I got there, I was pretty hungry. I think I started eating I ate 2 avocados that were sitting on Emily's counter. Someone called me out on that. They're like, dude, there's food over there. You can't be eating her food. I'm like, what do you mean there's food over there? I can't be eating her food. It's all her food. So I had 2 avocados, and then I had and then I was feeling a little uptight. Like I didn't want to talk to anyone. And then I had 1 fucking sparkling water and Casamigos, and I was like, it was on like Donkey Kong. I met an Armenian lady there, hot Armenian lady that looked like Cher, except hotter. I talked to her for a long time. She had 5 kids. That was cool. Yeah, I was at Emily's house. There were a handful of really hot girls there. Like really hot. Well, actually everyone there was attractive. I mean, there were a lot of hot dudes there too. Everyone there was pretty attractive. There was a dude who came up to me there that I hadn't seen in forever. A guy, this guy, I think his gym used to be called Afro Brutality, and his name was Sin. I don't know if you guys remember him. He's old school as fuck. He's like OG, like I want to say 2006, 2007. And he's a big dude. And I don't really see him, but I sense something coming towards me, and I'm sitting down in a chair, and he comes and he just like, hey, and he's like really upbeat and positive. I'm like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm like, oh my God, Sin. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, did you recognize me? Like, I couldn't believe he recognized me. He's like, dude, you're always the smallest dude in the room. I was like, all right. All right. Anyway, I hung out with him for a couple hours. That was cool. I hadn't seen him in forever. All right. Good show. See you guys tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks for hanging out. No guests tomorrow. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Oh, and I am going to get Emily Kaplan on to explain to us exactly what I want to tell you guys what BIRTHFIT is, but I don't know really. So I'm gonna I text her today and said, hey, will you come on and just explain the whole thing to us? And she's like, yeah. So we'll be getting her on soon. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye. Good night, Gino. Good night.